Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tatsmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitan Shri Vishakhanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shavas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'll recite Srimad Bhagavatam prayers. Narayanam Namaskrityam Kritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayi Sushushroshadhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Shanmahat Sevaya Viprah Punyatirtha Niveshana Shinvata Swakatha Krishna Punyashravana Kirtanaha Ratyanto Shtohya Badrani Vidunoti Shruhutsatam Nashtaprayeshva Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Tadarajastamo Bhava Kamalobhadayaschaye Cheta Eter Anavidham Stitam Satve Prasidhati Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavata Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavatatva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate Vidyante Hridaya Grantish Chityante Sarva Samshayaha Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Drishta Eva Manishwari Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupa Kritam Aham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Namananda Madhavam. Okay, so Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 1, verse number 28 and 29. I'm going to share my screen now. Share. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, we can see.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, verse number, Canto 3, Chapter 1, verse number 27. I'll recite the verse. Kaschit Gurunam Paramah Ashurno Bhama Hasa Ashte Sukhamanga Saurihi Yo Vaiswar Swashrunam Pitravat Dadati Varan Vadanyo Varatarpanena. That is 27. Word by word translation. It's word by word. Kashchid, whether. Kuruna, of the Kurus. Paramaha, greatest. Shuhrut, well-wisher. Naha, our. Bahamaha, Bhamaha, brother-in-law. Saha, he. Ashte, is. Sukham, happy. Anga, O Uddhava. Saurihi, Vasudev. Sorry, yeah, it is Vasudev. Yaha, one who. Vai, certainly. Swashranam, of the sisters. Pitravat, like a father. Dadati, gives. Varan, everything desirable. Vadanyaha, munificent. Vara, wife. Tarpanena, by pleasing. Translation. Please tell me whether the best friend of the Kurus, our brother-in-law Vasudev, is doing well. He is very munificent. He is like a father to his sisters, and he is always pleasing to his wives. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Krishna's father Vasudev had 16 wives, and one of them, named Pauravi or Rohini, the mother of Baladev, was the sister of Vidura. Vasudev therefore was the husband of Vidura's sister, and thus they were brothers-in-law. Vasudev's sister Kunti was the wife of Pandu, Vidura's elder brother, and in that sense also Vasudev was brother-in-law to Vidura. Kunti was younger than Vasudev, and it was the duty of the elder brother to treat younger sisters as daughters. Whenever anything was needed by Kunti, it was munificently delivered by Vasudev due to his great love for his younger sister. Vasudev never dissatisfied his wives, and at the same time, he supplied the objects desired by his sister. He had special attention for Kunti because she became a widow at an early age. While inquiring about Vasudev's welfare, Vidura remembered all about him and the family relationship. I will also read the next verse, 28. Kaschid varuddha dhirapir yaduna pradyumna ashte sukham anga viraha yam rukmini bhagavato bhilebhe aradhya vipran sparam adi sarge. Synonyms. Kaschid, whether. Varudha, of the military. Adhipatihi, commander-in-chief. Yadunam, of the Yadus. Pradyumnaha, the son of Krishna named Pradyumna. Aste, is. Sukham, happy. Anga, O Uddhava. Viraha, the great warrior. Yam, whom. Rukmini, the wife of Krishna named Rukmini. Bhagavataha, from the personality of Godhead. Abhilebhe, got as a prize. Aradhyaha or Aradhya, pleasing. Vipran, Brahmanas. Smaram, Cupid or Kamadev. Adi Sarge, he in his previous life. Translation. O Uddhava, please tell me, how is Pradyumna, the commander-in-chief of the Yadus, who was Cupid in Rukmini bore him as her son from Lord Krishna by the grace of Brahmanas who she pleased. Purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Smara, Cupid or Kamadev, is one of the eternal associates of Lord Krishna. Jiva Goswami has explained this very elaborately in his treatise Krishna Sandarbha. Okay. I will stop sharing. And I will share So I am, 1 second. Okay. Thank you all for joining. I am not at all qualified, and hence I'm seeking blessings of all the gathered Vaishnavas, my Guru Maharaj, also Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Nityananda. I also pray to Shri Shri Radha Shyamasundar and Shri Shri Radha Madhav. It's a very auspicious day today, Nityananda Trayodashi, and an auspicious day of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. So, and according to Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, Lord Nityananda is an incarnation of Lord Balaram, and he's a Krupa avatar. He is an expansion of mercy. So, I would like to, and then in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, Prema Matta Nityananda Kripaya Avatar Uttama Adhama Kichu Na Kare Vichar. So he's so merciful, so merciful. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is Gaura also, and Shri Nitai and Shri Nityananda Prabhu are none other than Lord Krishna and Balaram. Both of them appeared in the land of Gaura, West Bengal, to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and bestow benediction upon everyone. So I would like to talk for a few minutes glorifying Lord Nityananda Balaram today, and then I'll move towards the verses that we read today. So just we'll begin with one story, which is, which proves the glory of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and we all know is that of Jagai and Madhai. There are many stories, but then this particular one shows the unlimited mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So this just on high level, I'll just narrate the story in just a couple of minutes. So two Brahmanas, we know how they were born in Brahmin family and, gave in all the sins, namely cheating, thievery, womanizing, drinking, and even murdering, right? So it once happened that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with Nityananda Prabhu, decided to commence the Sankirtana movement throughout Navadvip, in which they went from street to street to request people to chant the Lord's holy name. And to carry out the movement, Nityananda Prabhu approached Jagai and Madhai first because of them being the most fallen ones. And at first, the two brothers were infuriated and, blasphemed, also, followed by throwing a clay pot on Nityananda Prabhu, which drew out blood from his forehead. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who also was infuriated, seeing all this situation, and who summoned his Sudarshana Chakra to kill the two offenders. However, Nityananda Prabhu stopped him from doing it. And he reminded Lord Chaitanya that if he resorted to killing miscreants, there would be no one left to preach to, right? Since almost everyone in this age is addicted to the same sinful as were Jagai and Madhai. So seeing the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the two brothers realized their mistakes and bowed down in front of him and asked for mercy, which was granted by him. And by promising to never sin again and taking the holy name of the Lord, Jagai and Madhai thus became devotees of the Lord. And we can see here that this act acts as a supreme example of how even the most sinful and fallen ones stand a chance of redemption and attaining mercy by bowing down in front of the pure devotee of the Lord. Also, Narottama Das Thakur, in his bhajan Nitai Pada Kamala, he says that, Hey no Nitai Bhine Bhai Radha Krishna Paite Nai. So unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. And once in Bombay, a disciple said to Srila Prabhupada, please give me your mercy so that I can follow your instructions. And Srila Prabhupada replied, my mercy is that I have given you my instructions. Now you have to follow them. And he gave the example that if someone has fallen in a well, and a benefactor comes and hands down a rope, the person below cannot pray. So please, the person below cannot pray, right? I mean, please make my fingers curl around the rope, kind of a thing. So the benefactor has to, has sent down the rope, and he's prepared to pull out, but you have to hold it onto it. So Srila Prabhupada says that my mercy is that I have given you my instruction. Now you have to follow them. And only the willingness to become closer to the Lord is not enough, especially in these busy lives, like when it becomes difficult to strike a balance between the spiritual and social life. An endeavor should be there from our side. I'm speaking about myself specifically. We must serve devotees in a humble mode, and serving can be performed in a plethora of ways. One of it being serving Lord's parts and parcels. And Vidura is one such exemplary devotee of the Lord. Vidura's mission to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead was the goal of his life. He recognized Krishna as Supreme Personality and served him with his whole heart. Every moment he spent in the company of Krishna, he cherished so dearly. And in all of those moments, he took the opportunity to serve the Lord. Vidura served everyone, anyone and everyone. His attitude to serving everyone is so admirable. He served his brothers, the Pandavas, the Lord, and just about everyone else as well. And even though many people like his brother Dhritarashtra made wicked decisions, he continued to serve him unconditionally. So the attitude he served played a huge role in how the Mahabharata played out, right? Certainly, many things would have happened differently without his influence. So from this, we can learn to serve the Lord and all his devotees with same attitude of the benevolent Vidura. And so in today's verse, like after asking about Krishna and Balaram, coming to today's verse, yesterday Vidura inquired about Krishna, Lord Krishna and Balaram. And now here in verse 27, Mahatma Vidura inquires about Vasudev's welfare, Krishna's father, Vasudev. And by doing so, Vidura remembered all about Vasudev and his family and the family relationship. So Vasudev had 16 wives. One of them, named Rohini, was the sister of Vidura. And Vidura and Vasudev was husband to Vidura's sister, and thus they were brother-in-law. And also Vasudev's sister Kunti was the wife of Pandu, Vidura's elder brother. So in that sense also, Vasudev was brother-in-law to Vidura. So Vidura had an affectionate relationship with Vasudev. And in verse number 28, Vidura inquires about Pradyumna. And he says, "O Uddhava, please tell me, how is Pradyumna, the commander-in-chief of the Yadus, who was Cupid in a former life? And Rukmani bore him as her son from Lord Krishna by the grace of Brahmanas, who she pleased." So So Krishna had 80 sons. One of them is Pradyumna, son of Krishna and Rohini, the first queen. So I did not have much knowledge about Pradyumna being a Cupid in former life, and so I went on a research. So I was able to find a reference from Krishna book, chapter 55. Srila Prabhupada has very nicely detailed out. I just want to read this one paragraph. It's chapter 55, Pradyumna born to Krishna and Rukmini. So it is said that Cupid, who is directly part and parcel of Lord Vasudev, and who was formerly burned to ashes by the anger of Lord Shiva, took birth from the womb of Rukmini, begotten by Krishna. This is Kamdev, a demigod of the heavenly planets, especially capable of inducing lusty desires. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna has many grades of part and parcels, but the quadruple expansion of Krishna, Vasudev, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Anuruddha are directly in the Vishnu category. Kama, or a Cupid demigod, who later took his birth from the womb of Rukmini, was also named Pradyumna. But he cannot be the Pradyumna of the Vishnu category. He belongs to the category of Jiva Tattva. But for exhibiting special power in the category of demigods, he was a part and parcel of super prowess of Pradyumna. That is the verdict of Goswami. Therefore, when Cupid was burned to ashes by the anger of Lord Shiva, he merged into the body of Vasudev, and to get his body again, he was begotten in the womb of Rukmini by Lord Krishna. Thus, he was born as son of Krishna and celebrated by the name of Pradyumna. Because he was begotten by Lord Krishna directly, his qualities were most similar to those of Krishna. So, that's about today's verses, devotees that I have prepared. Please forgive me if I have misspoken anything. And so, as I mentioned, I was not able to find more references on this particular topic. Jiva Goswami also mentions that in Krishna Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami has mentioned about detail about the Pradyumna being Cupid and his past lives and stuff and all those information. I do not have access to Krishna Sandarbha for some so if anyone here has some insight on this topic and would like to share, please do so. And I will stop sharing now. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Kalpataru, thank you so much. Very wonderful class. And I really like the way you combined Lord Nityananda's appearance day and then, Jagai and Madhai and then Vidura's devotion to Krishna. It was very nice. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you. I have the same thought as Ananya Priya Mataji was saying. It was really nice, and how, you mentioned about that he doesn't care whether someone is high or low. So that's so hope-giving. Thank you so much for reminding all of us about that. And hopefully, whole of today, that mood will pervade. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, I agree. Especially, there are past few months, my health wasn't pretty stable, not a big, it was just cold and cough, but still I was trying to avoid, and so I miss so much of the association, so I definitely need this mercy, is what I feel. So thank you, Amritikali Mataji.
Yeah, we have been missing you so much too. So happy to be
here. Thank you, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Kalpataru. Very nice class. As Anandini Priya Mataji and Amritakali Mataji said, you combined nicely Nityananda Trayodasi and Sage Vidura's devotion to Krishna. I thought I heard you say Krishna had 80 sons.
That's what yes, Mataji, in Krishna book.
And it is actually, Krishna had 10 sons by each wife. So the 16,008, so he had, his family was like, his own immediate family was some 160,000 something like that, and his family was like, and they had also 10 sons or something like that. So it was like in a million millions. That's what I read, I think, from previously.
Okay.
And this Pradyumna's birth and his how Rukmini Devi, that's very, very intriguing story. Actually, he took birth and in Dwarka, Rukmini Devi's son, and then he was mysteriously he was abducted by some as a very infant, and then he was raised by was he an asura really? And then from that person, Rati Devi came, took him and raised him. Rati Devi, who is actually Kamadeva's, consort. So then finally, after many, many years, he comes to the palace. Rati Devi and Pradyumna come to the palace. And Rukmini Devi, initially everybody mistook him for Krishna because he's so looking alike like Krishna. But then Rukmini Devi realized it's her own son, and it's very touching how she cries out seeing him, because by then he's already a very grown-up individual, and it has been many, many years. So that is a very intriguing story, and to think that the Krishna's own child by Rukmini Devi, he had such a roundabout, like this thing. So, I just wanted to mention. Thank you very much.
So
It's a
much.
wonderful seeing here and having your association again.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji, for
Krishna.
correcting me. Thank you so much. If you can.
No, Hare Krishna. Not
send me
correcting.
the-
I mean, just
No,
this is what is.
If you can send the reference, Mataji, that will be wonderful. I also would like to learn. Yeah.
I will look. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right. Notice if no further comments, I think it's 7:59. Happy Nityananda Triyodashi to all of you, and I'll see you all of you in the temple today.
Thank you, Mathaji.
Thank you.
I mean, one example, the Prabhupada said, not example, I mean, the Prabhupada quote, I mean, my mercy is there, but I mean, the analogy that you talked about the well. So we need to hope to get the mercy.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.